So here we are, just really quickly, just gonna kind of go over our experience last night. Now, last night was a wonderful experience in general for our online session. I said in the future I will do in-person past life regressions on a separate day, and then I'll do the online past life regressions on a different day for them. That way I can devote 100% of my attention to the in-person audience and 100% of my attention to the online audience. So I had someone tell me in the comments, I didn't get my link. I didn't get my link to past life regression. The person, I know it was Mercury retrograde when I made the announcement, but they registered for in-person rather than online. To find any of my classes or services I offer, it's always in my link tree. And I always have a link for in-person events that are local. And then I have a link for online. So those are two separate things. I try to make it easy to understand, and I always try to write clearly and accent my words and captions so that even a sixth grader can understand what I'm saying. I try to make it as clear as possible. I don't have any hidden technical jargon to where it's difficult to understand what I'm saying, so that you can read the fine print easily. So today this video is all about what I am responsible for. If you have ever purchased or registered for one of my classes, my event, Daughters of the Water, Past Life Regression, Ori, or if you ever, like you got a digital product from me, you got a service from me, you made an appointment call with me, this is me expressing what I'm responsible for and what I'm not responsible for. Now, a lot of this is kind of common sense that goes without saying, but I feel like it needed to be said, so I'm not going to vent today. I'm just going to kind of reiterate a few things. That way we both have our expectations there, because I clearly state, if you book an appointment with me, if you book an event, before you can even register, you have to sign that agreement that you understand the terms and conditions, which are really easy. It's only like 4 of them. It's not like a big contract. So, number one, if you've ever purchased a product of ebook, event, service, class from me, I am responsible for making sure that you have access to that event, product, and service that you register for. That's my job. That's why I say always email me. Please don't DM. I don't check the DMs too much. Please email me at guidesandgoals@gmail.com or email me on the website email, and you'll get a faster response. And let me know, hey, I'm having trouble downloading my link. I always say it's a matter of refreshing your browser or Google Chrome. If you've got an ebook or digital product, if you've ordered a class, that's a YouTube link. So that's pretty much easy to click on to automatically. So I'm responsible for making sure you get that. That is my job, to make sure you got it and to make sure you understand. Refresh your browser or Google Chrome, or I send that file to you, but you have to let me know. Next up, number 2, I am responsible for making sure your questions are answered to the best of my ability during the time that you spend with me. If you've ever booked a 10-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute or a Zoom call or appointment with me and I'm talking to you, I always do my best to answer your questions to the best of my abilities if you need referrals and things such as that. And if it's something where I'm not an expert at it, like I say, I'm always quick to do particular referrals, but I don't always know how everyone operates who I refer you to. I just know of them and I know of their reputation, of a lot of them. But most of them I do know or I have met before. So it is my responsibility to answer your questions and to make sure before we hang up or before we get off our Zoom consultation, do you understand everything I said? Do you have any more questions? And I always encourage you to follow up with me and let me know how things go. Just send me a little email. Let me know how things are going with your progress, because it's no sense in even booking a call if there's no progress being made. So it's going to be up to you after that. So when I'm talking to you, it's my job to answer your questions when we are one-on-one, and also to make sure to let you know that what you confide in me is totally confidential and between us, unless you want me to share it in some sort of way, or unless you share it. Hey Gentry, how are you, my love? So yes, my next responsibility is making sure I clearly state what you are getting and what to expect from my events, product, or service. A lot of times my terms and conditions are in like the Acuity scheduling system, Eventbrite, etc. But I always do little memes around the time I'm having an event just to break it down easy, just in case you glazed over and didn't pay attention. You know, some of us, we have ADD brain, I understand that. So I'll do a meme and I'll say, hey, if you feel like you didn't get your link, email me, and I'll do it 2 or 3 hours before the event. That gives you time to let me know. I always give you ample time. I never let people down. The only way people will miss their email link to an event or anything like that is if they misspell their email, and that happens often. And sometimes I have to text them from my appointment phone and say, hey, your email is spelled incorrectly. I can't get this link to you. So I'll go as far as texting them, but it is my job to make sure that that person has what they need. But you have to be registered. If you come to me and you're nowhere on my list and that name does not match up with what you're telling me, then you can't get access. Because I get people trying to play games like that, like I don't know who's on my list, when I screen everybody. That's why I wait 24 hours before an event, before I release an address, so I can get an idea and gauge who's coming. That's for your safety and your protection. That's why I do it like that. So you never have to worry about not getting a link from me, because I send a mass message to everybody at the same time. And if you don't get it, check your spam, or check and make sure that you spelled your email correctly. It does happen, especially when people are scheduling appointments. They misspell their email typing too quickly. You know, everybody makes mistakes. So just let me know, hey, I didn't get my information, and then I'll send it to you as best as I can, because everybody doesn't always share their number to I can text them if I can't email them their information that they need. Now, what I'm not responsible for, just really quickly, this won't take too long, you reading the details carefully. Once again, if I have a class or event and it's going to be in person and online, there's a separate link for in person and there's a separate link for online. On my link tree, the top link is usually the in-person link, and then it'll say virtual or online. That means we're going to meet virtually. So it's separate. So some people registered for the wrong thing, like for this past life regressionist event, not that many, just 1 or 2. And they registered for the in-person and they live in other cities and states. And I'm like, you got the address mailed to you because you registered for in person. How am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to be responsible for an adult not reading carefully? So just letting you know, it's 2 separate links. And I do it that way so people won't get confused, but they probably get so excited and they're clicking so fast and they register and don't realize they're registering for the wrong thing. So that's why I wanted to make that clear today. And let's see, what I'm not responsible for is you not paying attention to the time zone. In so many of my videos leading up to past life regression, I've done about 3 videos or a few lives where I'm saying we're going Central Time, Central Time, Central Time, Texas time. And one person said, I didn't know it was Central Time. How did you not know? I said it 50 million times in memes. It says it on the information. It says it on the event flyer. So how did you not know? Pay close attention. Please read, my people. So I'm not responsible if you missed the event because you didn't know that it wasn't California time or wasn't Atlanta time. It was Texas time. So please pay attention when I put Central Time. Say, for instance, I'll give you an example, or you can Google it. Now, I don't know how to do this internationally, but if it's 5 o'clock in Houston, that means it's 3 o'clock in LA, which is Pacific time. If it's 5 o'clock in Houston, that means it's 6 o'clock on the Eastern Seaboard in Atlanta, New York, Florida, etc. So that's how you know. Just simply Google it. Things are so, and this is a word I made up, Googleable nowadays. So if you're not sure of your time zone, if you're in London or somewhere, because I get international people to take my classes, you know, they know how to go in and see, okay, how do I compare Central Time with my time zone? And they make it to the events. They don't have a problem with that because they paid attention. So it's really easy to figure out. In this day and age, we are in the age of information, so there's no excuse. Yes, thank you, Ms. Roxy. Europe is 6 hours ahead. Like I say, I even had someone from Martinique. She was there with us on time, so she knew how to get her time zone correctly. I'm not responsible if you arrive late. Like last night, we did a part 2 of past life regression, and I learned my lesson from Sunday that when people come in late and I'm doing a guided hypnosis meditation, their sound is on and their mic is unmuted, and you can hear their children in the background running around and they're making noise or having their own conversations, and it's going to disturb everybody in the room. So from now on, when I do an online group past life regression virtually, I'm going to lock the room after 30-40 minutes. I gave everyone ample time to get there, and they did. Most people got there. I was there on time last night. I didn't make y'all wait 5, 10, 15 minutes. I was there right at 7 p.m. sitting in there with you all waiting and giving everybody a chance to get in and get situated before we begin having our discussion. So when people straggle in an hour late, 40 minutes late, and I've locked the room, so I won't disturb everybody else, because everybody else's time and investment is important, then that's not on me at that particular point if you're late. If I go to somebody's event or something, or they're not gonna understand if I'm late. That's on me if I'm late, or if I leave the room or something such as that, or if somebody gets knocked off, their internet connection gets knocked off and the room's locked. All I can do is just have the replay for them, if I do a replay, which I don't always do replays for some of my virtual events, unless it's like a YouTube class that I'm doing, which you can go back and watch at your leisure. But past life regression is really different. I don't really do replays for those as much, unless it's like you're taking a course like tarot or things such as that. I'm not responsible if you miss the event, if you just don't make it. If you miss your appointment call, or you miss a class that you book with me. And when I say miss a class, because once you order the class and it's a digital product, you have that class. So if you never click on it, if you never take the class, then that's not on me if you don't see a result with that. So it's all about it works if you work it. I've had situations where I've booked things with people and I forget to go back and take the class or look at it. So it does happen, but usually in that situation, you can always go back and look at it when you get a chance at your leisure. Now, I'm not responsible for your outcome and implying what you impart and applying what I impart. Once I've taught the class, then it's on you to keep studying until it gets hammered into your consciousness, into your long-term memory. So all I can do is give the information, and it's up to you to keep consistently studying what you are learning, whether that's how to ask your ancestors through divination, intuitive development, spirit guide connection, all that particular stuff I have classes on. So it's up to you to go back and look at that video over and over and hear me repeat myself on that video and rewind it where you need to take your notes and get what you need out of that. Also, I'm not responsible if your Wi-Fi goes out or if your device loses its battery. If you're looking at me on Zoom on your phone or on your computer or something and your Zoom goes out, I have no control over that. I think it should go without saying. Like I say, I would be treated the same way if I went somewhere else and took someone else's class. So that's pretty much it. Usually if somebody misses an event or something happens on Act of God, I usually give a credit. And the reason why I do it like that is because once I send you the information and the link, you already have it. So if you cancel and can't make it, it's like you can still say, hey, I got the flu or something like that, but you really didn't get the flu and you're watching the class with us. So you already have the link. So that's why I will only give a credit for the next event, usually when it's an in-person. And then once again, I send the local address out if you're coming to an in-person event, usually 24 hours before the event. It's not that I don't have the address. I send it like that so I can screen everybody who's coming in person for your safety. So that's all I wanted to say today. Once again, this is a summary of what I am responsible for. If you have bought an event, product, or service or class from me or appointment, or and also what I'm not responsible for, because we're all adults. So that's just kind of outlining the terms. I had a meme I was going to post about this, but I wanted to say it verbally. That way I could expound a little more. So that's all. And so that's pretty much it. That's all I had to say, beloveds. But just know that I'm very fair. I don't play with people's investment. I don't play with people's time. I've had situations where I've been played out of money before by people. Like I said, I've been in this spirituality thing for almost over 19 years now. So I've been through the experience. I know how it feels, and I don't do people like that. I don't like to let people down. That's why when I do give of myself, I do my best to give 100% as much as possible. If you are in my Patreon group, we have the monthly meetings at the end of the month now where we can talk on Zoom and see each other face to face and see how our month went. So that's all I can do is do my part. It's up to you to kind of give back or to get your own input out of what you've invested in. So that's my policy and that's how I roll. And I wish you all a wonderful afternoon. If no one has any questions based on the topic today, then I'll go ahead and log off. Yeah, isn't it basic common sense, Ms. Roxy? You would think it's basic common sense, but you would be surprised how many times I have to email people and tell them, like, did you read? Did you book the wrong thing? And especially when they come on, if I'm doing a live stream, like, I didn't get my link, and they got their link, and I have the screenshots. I'm the queen of I'm the queen of screenshots. So somebody say something, everything you email me, every question you ask me, I keep everything. I don't delete those emails. I can screenshot everything. So somebody try to say they didn't get something from me, like I know you lying, because here's a screenshot, here's a receipt. I keep receipts when I send things to people, because once again, I don't play with people's investment and them trusting me. My integrity is very important to me, and I don't play around with that. I take that very, very seriously, and I get offended if someone tries to accuse me that they didn't get what they need because they didn't read the fine print. So, like I say, grace and mercy, because we're coming out the Mercury retrograde, so I can understand people misread or overlook certain details. But once again, that's up to you. That's up to us when we invest ourselves in something, to pay attention to the details. It's usually not anything big, like a big piece of paper where you need to look at the fine print like you're signing a contract. It's just telling you the terms and conditions. So that's it.